People versus Philip Zabawa.
Kenneth Overwater, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Zabawa. Can you state your name for the record, sir?
Yes,
Can you state your name, please?
Philip Zabawa.
Your Honor, we'd be asking to set the matter for preliminary examination.
All discovery is complete.
To my knowledge, it is.
People would have their witnesses available the 22nd.
Just one moment, please, Your Honor.
Mm,
Your Honor, is the court received the violation?
I am.
Sorry, would the court mind if we could address that first before we set the exam date? We could potentially do the 22nd, but I'm extremely concerned. As recently as October 3rd, was testing positive for fentanyl and opiates.
You have that?
It's my understanding that those positive tests did exist. My client has provided with us a letter from Sacred Heart. He gets scheduled for intake there at October 14th. So while it looks like he may have had a relapse, he is taking the appropriate measures for his recovery.
And may I make a statement?
You may.
I don't want you to unless you tell me what you're going to say first.
I just take something with something else.
Mr. Allen.
And Your Honor, the concern of the people is, of course, the most recent positive test being a week ago today, but also that the defendant has never tested negative. Every single test he's supposed to submit to community correction has either been missed or positive.
I'll just take it. No.
As my client reports, it was not his intent to be taking fentanyl. He didn't know that was in the substance that he had used. He does understand that he has
What was he intending on using?
oxy pills, Your Honor.
I
I don't want you to say it because if you say it, it's an admission. If I say it, it's not.
Well, I didn't know about all that. Anyway. Anything else?
Judge, only, like I said, he has the intake scheduled for the 14th, so he is taking the appropriate steps to manage that. I would ask the court to allow him to go to treatment and stay out of custody.
Still want it set for exam?
I do, Your Honor. He does indicate to me that Bright Recovery would take him today. He just doesn't, but he has, I don't have any paperwork to that effect, but that's just what he's reporting. They wouldn't. Okay.
Your Honor, unfortunately, I'm sure the court has this on the community corrections report on the second page indicating that the defendant said that he had a tree fall on him. He wanted to get into inpatient on 10-2. It's sort of like lots of information provided community corrections about plans. And now there's another plan for the 14th. And I understand that is his hope. But the concern of the people is whether or not he's going to make it to the 14th, frankly.
Preliminary examination will be set the 22nd, 2024 at 9 a.m. That is before Judge Fresh Hour. This time defendant's bond because of the positive test and community corrections violation. His bond is hereby ordered revoked. Defendant demanding. Walter LaCroix. LaCroix? You take it any way you want.
Ready, Judge.
Yeah, John Fernandez on behalf of the people.
Court shall feaster Assistant Public Defender, Mr. Walter LaCroix. Mr. LaCroix, please state your name for the record.
Walter LaCroix.
Thank you, Judge. I have spoken to Mr. Edmonds about this case. It's going to do some further look at the matter to see where we stand in terms of an offer. We're asking just for an adjournment for a couple of weeks of the PCC. And then I need to address his, it's not a bond violation yet, I don't believe, but it's a bond report where Mr. Croy given permission to test in Genesee County. He signed up for a program, DNA testing in Genesee County. That program did not release testing results to the community corrections unless he was
Well,
positive.
hold on a second. That's not what I have. Do you have his progress report
The one that I have, I do have a progress report.
from August 28th?
I don't believe that's the date. Let me check.
Mr. Allen?
Mine dated August 28th.
In terms of his testing, I have so he's here on an operating while intoxicated causing death.
That's correct, Judge.
All right. And on August 20th, after his arraignment, what day was he arraigned?
I believe he was arraigned on the 16th. And then
So then he got tested on the 16th he was ordered. He wanted to test there. He tests on August 20th, and he's positive for cocaine.
Correct, Your Honor. I'm aware of that.
Then on the 22nd, he didn't appear for his testing.
That was when I was setting up to be tested in Genesee County. I didn't have to test again because I had just tested. I was just signing up to test in Genesee County. And I called the lady down here to let her know right away.
All right. Let's go back a moment because I don't think he's been before me.
I don't believe so, Judge. Just asking for a 2-week adjournment to see where we stand in terms of the potential.
Why is he testing positive for cocaine after getting charged and arraigned on an operating while intoxicated causing death?
Because he used cocaine, Your Honor. Obviously. I don't think he's.
No, it's a fair answer to my question. I'm just saying why.
Yes, Judge.
Why? I mean, why is he using anything?
Well, my understanding is he is not any longer.
What?
My understanding is he is not any longer, but he previously was. He began testing, transferred that testing to Genesee County per the instructions he was given at arraignment. He's been testing there, but they are not reporting the results here unless he is positive. They have not called him to test this week. He's called them twice a day to go test. They have not called him, so he went over today to community corrections and tested here. And he is going to change if the court allows
He
him
tested here today.
here this morning.
What is it? Do we have results on that?
I don't have it.
I don't have anything yet,
I was
Judge.
informed about it this morning myself.
So, go ahead, Mr. Green.
Thank you, Judge. So rather than do the Genesee County testing that authorized to do that does not send the reports as community correction would require, he has signed up again today to test here and do all of his testing here, although he does not live here. He has a relative here with him who has agreed to drive him back and forth. To do
Okay.
that testing, if he is allowed, Your Honor. I understand.
What was the intoxicant in the primary offense?
Cocaine.
So let me get this right. He's charged, I just want to make sure. So I have it clear in my head.
You do.
He was charged with operating while intoxicated causing death.
Yes, Your Honor.
The intoxicant in that charge is cocaine.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's in arraigned. So now he knows what he's charged with.
Yes.
He's told to go to community corrections. When he gets to community corrections, mind you, 4 days later,
Yes. He tests positive.
he tests positive for cocaine.
I had some at my house, which I disposed of.
In your nose or what?
I had it in a tray and I disposed of it.
You what?
I had it in a tray
And
I
then you
threw
just
it away.
smoked it.
I threw it away.
You threw it away? How's that work? Where do you throw it? It's gonna be a long conversation. Where'd he throw it away?
There was a little bit left. I used.
I
it,
know.
I disposed of the tray.
You what?
I used it and then.
Oh, you used it then. Okay, so it didn't stay on the tray.
Right.
And I disposed of the tray.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well.
And since then, I haven't touched it since.
What's that?
Okay, he probably stopped using it because he was coming today.
Oh, please.
And yeah,
I'm printing them now.
you're printing him. Mm.
I haven't touched it since.
So somebody needs to answer for me, why was he using after being arraigned
I mean, obviously,
on this charge? And why was he using?
I
I
don't,
have my theory, Your Honor.
I don't think there's any answer to
Oh, darn.
satisfy the court as to why.
And by the way, you're still using.
Honestly, I don't see.
Oh,
I have-
really? Hold on.
I don't look
But
like
you know what?
that.
The thing I hate more than anything is when somebody lies to me.
Honestly, I'm not.
Okay. Well, just make sure that you, because it has to be in your system in order for you to test positive. And that you, that it's been fine.
Counsel, approach briefly. You want to see this? That's my copy though. Yeah, this is the one he took today. No, not at all. We need all of this on the record.
And the last positive, 22nd to 7 days later.
Yeah. 7 days later. And the little bit he threw away.
Okay.
That, go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm messing up your story.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
But all I've done is I've used it in the chair that I saw. I've used it. And that was it.
When it's second,
Well, no, I didn't know.
okay. Well, we'll tell them that, but, you know, medically.
I know. I want to do this. I want the truth.
Okay.
To
answer your previous question, Judge, why?
Oh, he's positive for cocaine.
Judge. And
Just so that we know.
thank you, Judge. And to answer your previous question as to why he's still using after being arraigned,
Sure.
clearly he has a problem, Your Honor. There's no answer I can give you that can justify use of cocaine after arraignment when it's an illegal. He doesn't have any type of special license to allow him to use cocaine, Judge. So clearly he has a problem. He is willing to address that problem when he testing there. He is working and he did voluntarily come here today and take a test. So he's asking you to
Not saying that, right? No.
No, you didn't have to say.
Go ahead. Anything else?
all I can say, Your Honor. What you want me to say?
You just tell you the truth.
Okay.
My cousin doesn't allow anything.
Yeah. There's no way to put it in your food or drink.
It's possible. I have friends at my mother's house, but I'm cousin's house to do work down there.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna eventually reside down at my cousin's house.
All right. So to the positive test, Your Honor, I have no explanation aside from what he already told you.
Which positive test?
The
First one or this one?
The first positive test. Your Honor.
Oh,
The
okay.
explanation he gave you is that he used it and then threw away the tray. After he was arraigned, after he was ordered not to use, have no explanation, Your Honor. He'll just ask for mercy from the court on that, and he is willing to get any treatment that the court would allow him to take place.
Except that he can't follow the court's order. I don't know how he's gonna do treatment. And the other thing is, he doesn't test when he's supposed to test.
Yes, Judge.
So it seems to me I have two options. I could let him go and say, oh, well, best wishes. Or what I can allow him to do is go back out there, use some more cocaine and kill somebody else. I'll let you know. Not doing it.
Understood, Judge.
Defendant's bond is revoked. Defendant's remanded to the Washington County Jail. I'll set his